Oh. Hi. My name is Lenny.
Hello, Lenny. I didn't expect to find someone like you walking around.
Oh, but you don't have to worry about me. I behave well. They allow me to walk alone and help.
Well, that's a relief then. I'm pleased to meet you, Lenny.
Now it's my turn to clean this corridor. Why are you here?
It's difficult to explain, Lenny. Some time ago, I was like you. I was being treated in this institute. But something happened. A terrible circumstance that I can't remember, and the truth is, I'm not feeling well, and I don't want to be treated again.
Yes, I know. It happened to me too.
What? You too? But then...
I was here at that time when something happened.
Lenny, we need to talk more. Lenny, I'm having nightmares about my stay in the Institute. I think something terrible happened to us inside this place.
I am happy to help you, but I don't want to remember. They're sad memories.
But still, it's important we understand what happened to us. Can't you?
Please, no. Stop.
Sure, Lenny. I'm sorry. Did you hear anything else about this?
No.
Is there anything else you can
No.
Lenny, I'm looking for the therapy room.
Yes, it's down the corridor.
Oh, then if you would just let me...
No, you can't go.
What do you mean? Okay, I'll just step right here, carefully, and avoid.
No, no, you'll ruin everything!
Fine. Please, don't scream. Lenny, I really need to get to the therapy.
But not until I finish. Please respect my work.
All right. The building is surprisingly deserted, isn't it?
It is. There aren't many like me, and I'm the only one who helped.
Do you know if there are more like you coming?
No. Sorry.
About me.
Are you feeling bad?
That's one way to put it. My memories feel like they're broken. I've been here, that's one certainty, but some grisly event left my mind crippled.
I feel the same. My memories of that time are fuzzy. I liked being here. This place always made me feel comfortable until the event.
What did they do to us, Lenny? I'm looking for details about a particular
Therapy?
Well, my suspicion is that patients who participated in a series of therapy sessions were somehow connected to the circumstances that led to the closure of the Institute. Does this sound familiar to you?
Therapy groups. Yes. I remember them. I had many friends back then.
You do remember?
I remember the sessions. We were all there. They called us Team E.
Hold on. Did you mean Group E?
Yes, that's it.
But wait, you were saying that you were in Group E during the sessions?
Yes. I remember the letter E very well when they called us. And, Dr. Anne.
This is extraordinary, Lenny. Now we need to understand who else belonged in Group E. Does the word Kirkbride mean anything to you?
That word reminds me of something. Someone said that. Oh no.
What, Lenny?
It was down below when I heard that word.
Did you hear anything else about this? About the patients in Group E?
Yes, there were a few of us. Dr. Ann spoke often and encouraged everyone to speak too. At first it was nice. We enjoyed sitting next to each other. I think I remember you.
What?
It was a happy time, but then came the pain.
Pain? What are you talking about, Lenny?
I'm not sure, but it all started down below. I don't want to think about it.
Down below? What do you mean?
Yes. We were all happy until they took us to the floor beneath.
I assume you mean the basement. What happened there?
I don't want to talk about it. I want to forget. No more pain.
Please, Lenny, I really need to know what happened. It will help both of us. Let's talk some more about this Group E. You said you remember me.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm so sorry, Lenny, but I can't seem to remember you. It's been such a long time since I was here.
It's okay. You seem like a friend.
And I believe you're a friend too, Lenny. Well, Lenny, it was nice talking to you. I'll be on my way.
Wait, you said you wanted to know what happened?
That's right. I came here looking for answers.
Oh, I don't like these memories, but it all started down below.
Down below?
Yes. I've been trying to forget, but if you want answers, you should go there.
Hello? Am I interrupting something?
Who are you?
I'm a former member of the Institute. I came here tonight to look into some docu.
Well, this is highly irregular. Did Julia let you in? I'll need to have a word with her. As you can see, the building is not in a condition for you to go anywhere you please.
Oh, but I'm only going to the allowed areas.
This area is not allowed.
Sorry, my mistake. But would you mind if I asked you some questions?
I was in the middle of something important, but go ahead.
I assume you are...
I'm the new director of the Institute, Dr. Ambrose Miller. My purpose here is to honor the vision of my former colleague, Dr. Walter Hanwell.
Pleased to meet you. Don't you think it's a bit rash to bring in patients under such deplorable conditions?
I don't like your accusing tone. There's an ongoing housing crisis for mental patients. Would you rather have them tossed into the streets?
That's not what I meant.
Be that as it may, I'm not proud of the circumstances surrounding this reopening, but we have an obligation to provide shelter for these patients. It's a temporary measure.
What kind of patients are you currently admitting?
Mostly low-risk ones, because we don't have enough security at the moment. There's only one high-risk patient that I know of in the establishment tonight.
And those are patients from other mental hospitals, which no longer have room for them?
That is the plan, although we are prioritizing patients who were previously admitted to Hanwell. When the Institute shut down, all of a sudden, it aggravated an already serious housing crisis for mental health patients.
Are you familiar with the term Grupo E?
Yes, that's a therapy thing. Patients were organized into small groups and encouraged to discuss their fears and problems in confidence. In a more controlled environment. They were treated by, what was her name?
Dr. Ebersbaker?
Her, yes. I see you're acquainted with the history here.
I've been reading some records on the topic.
Careful, you might stumble onto things you're not meant to read.
Do you know anything about the construction below?
I'm aware of renovation plans that didn't come to fruition. The structure of the building was typical Kirkbride. Since its inception, a style which became dated over time. Mind you, this was true of all mental hospitals of this area. All Kirkbride establishments were forced to change, or perish.
Why this whole fascination with the Kirkbride architecture?
You could say that Walter was a romantic, too attached to the old ways. He erected this building quite late in his lifetime, when the Kirkbride design was already beginning to exhibit its flaws, and he paid a price for it.
What I don't understand is the purpose of digging in the basement.
It makes perfect sense. That's typically how the migration of the so-called unit system worked. Underground tunnels.
Why did Hanwell shut down all of a sudden? Just one more thing. Would you say it's possible that, amid all the chaos, patients were wrongfully discharged?
I know patients were relocated from one institute to the other, as is the current case for our reopening.
Yet it's possible.
Yes, of course, it's very possible. The glorious Hanwell Institute may have let loose dangerous lunatics in the streets amid a media circus. Satisfied now?
Sure. Let's drop this. I'm wondering how a network of underground tunnels is so attached to the concept.
To begin with, the unit system is a term that didn't catch on. It was meant to convey the notion of units of buildings, concerned with a single aspect for the everyday operation of a mental institute. One building for administrative offices, another for surgical interventions, then male and female infirmaries separated, and so on. The hospital border in Buenos Aires is a good example of such a system of buildings.
Julia seems to be a nice member of the new Hanwell family.
Our new receptionist. I don't have much to say. I just met her earlier this morning.
She's doing a fine job. Must be difficult putting a nice face to all this filth.
Filth?
I'm sorry, I mean, let's talk about something else. So, you're the famous Dr. Miller.
Famous? Not quite. At least not around these parts. I'm just a humble servant who wishes to continue with Walter's grandiose dreams.
How so?
As soon as I heard this establishment was ceasing operations, I made arrangements to be transferred here, hopefully continue Walter's work. My connection in the field of medicine across the years proved valuable, as here I find myself as the new director in charge of this reopening.
About Dr. Ebesbaker.
The therapist?
Yes, I'm curious about her role at the Institute.
She was well positioned in the ranks at Hanwell, respected career and all, but if you ask me, she was a failure.
So you think Dr. Ebesbaker was part of the reason why the Institute's...
No, at least not just her, but she was another component in the equation. I believe her foolish rivalry with Hawthorne distracted Walter from a greater purpose. And Hawthorne, well, he wasn't a saint of my devotion either.
Do you know Bruno?
Of course I know Bruno. He's our security guard.
Is there anything of interest you could tell me about him?
Not really. He's just a security guard.
But he's working in your establishment and contributes to a greater goal. You can't possibly operate this place without security.
Look, if you want to form a union with Bruno, be my guest. I need to keep working with this dangerous chemical.
Why such intolerance?
I have a highly dangerous chemical right...
Fine. Have you seen a patient wandering around?
The one who's cleaning the rooms? Yes. Leonard, I believe.
That's who I mean, yes. Is it safe to speak with him?
Certainly. Perfectly safe, otherwise we wouldn't allow him to roam freely. I'm not familiar with his case, though. We are simply continuing with the same treatment he had in the past.
So, I assume you were acquainted with Walter Hanwell.
Quite so. Walter was a friend. We maintained ample correspondence over the years. Many subjects, both from the field of medicine and life itself, were our common interest. Many times I toyed with the idea of coming here to work with him. Alas, fate had a different plan for us.
What do you mean?
Well, the circumstances you're obviously familiar with. I was finally prepping myself for a greatly belated visit when all of a sudden the Institute shut down. Walter had been a friend in writing for many years, yet regrettably I never got to...
I forgot to ask something else.
I'm sorry, but I really need to...
I appreciate the conversation. Lenny, I've been in the basement. You were right.
Really?
Yes, I was there before. And you too. I had this memory. We were working together in some kind of construction project. What were we doing down there?
I don't recall. Everything is so fuzzy.
Lenny, you have to make an effort. This is important for our sakes.
I don't want to, please. I don't want to remember. It hurts.
Okay, don't worry, Lenny. Let's try something out. Do you remember anything about the sewers down in the basement?
Me? No, I've never been there. And I don't want to.
I believe there's something important down there. Is there anything you can tell me about the sewage system in the building? There is a sort of septic chamber or tank that can't be opened.
It's complicated. I remember seeing spots where you can put some kind of tool and sometimes I can hear a hissing sound near those spots.
Pressure, maybe. About the therapy room.
Yes, I finished cleaning the first floor. You can now go to the therapy room.
Thank you so much, Lenny. Nice talking to you, Lenny.
Have you been upstairs?
Not at all.
Don't lie to me. I thought I could trust you, but I may start having second thoughts.
All right, I'm sorry. I had a quick look, but didn't go very far.
Please, I told you, the upper floors are off limits. Don't make me regret giving you permission to enter the building.
Don't worry, Julia. You can trust me. I won't cause you any trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's a therapy group simply named E, and I'm interested in finding out more about the patients in that group.
We're talking about the past here, correct?
Right, before the reopening.
Well, that's a complicated one. There are few records left about how things were organized back then. What is your interest in this Group E?
I believe that I'm acquainted with those patients, but I'm not sure how many were in the group.
Your best bet is to seek out the individual reports for those people. Each patient used to have a printed sheet with their medical history, the room they were housed in, and whether they participated in any therapy sessions.
I see. Well, that's helpful enough, Have you heard anything about underground tunnels?
That sounds spookier than it is. Underground tunnels are very common in mental hospitals.
How so?
Well, not in this particular single building layout. Modern mental health institutions have a whole different design, which is what they're planning to create here. They're comprised of a series of smaller buildings, and underground tunnels connecting them are not uncommon.
Wow, you learn something new every day. I have nothing else to say about.
Fine by me. If that's all,
I'm done for now.